Well, greetings from Charlie, Cheese, and Constance. We're here in Skyfire Mountains, getting all of our buffs dispelled. So, what we're doing is we're putting junk buffs on the bar. I'm going to wait on this dot, this boil blood that these chromatics put on me. And essentially, what we're doing here is we're what are we doing? We are loading up resists on Charlie's bar. And what we're going to do is apply junk buffs to the top slots. So you can see the bottom slots for me are my Temperance, my Haste, and my Spider's Bite. Those are the buffs that I want to keep on my monk. Those are the big ones. So luckily the junk buffs that I used that just got dispelled by this jerk did their job. I'm hunting the book Immortals for my monk, and I'm hunting pearlescent fragments. I need 4 pearlescent fragments, which are random world drops. There's another chromatic, so I'm going to just run away from it. I'm hunting pearlescent fragments for my cleric. I need 4 of those, and I need the Book of Immortals. The pearlescent fragments are a random world drop. They can drop off anything here. The Book of Immortals, I believe it's also a random world drop. But I think it has a greater chance of dropping off certain names. There's Charlie. There's my little army. If we look at my tank merc, it's amazing. Okay, so my tank merc lost her dead man floating, and I think she also lost she lost her temperance buff. So let's go ahead and start with the top slot. We'll just junk, and these are top slot dispellers. So really with the chromatics here, I just try to avoid them as best I can. One thing that helps a lot here is the robe of the Whistling Fists, because what often, if I get my haste dispelled, at least I can click that robe and get some kind of haste. I can get to about 151. So that actually has proven to be effective here when I am facing a chromatic or multiple chromatics. So, yeah. And the way that you do with dispels, sometimes you have a dispeller that's a top slot, and sometimes they're random slots, in which case junk buffs will help you in both instances. Especially the more junk buffs you have, the more chances the random dispeller will get junk buff over a buff you need. And if it's top slot, you really want the top slots carried by all your junk buffs. And what you're trying to protect is your temperance buff, your virtue. You're trying to protect your virtue. I love it. You're trying to protect your rune shield if you have one. Your haste. In this case, Spider's Bite. I'm really trying to protect that Spider's Bite because that's doing a lot of DPS for me. Let's go ahead and get Temperance loaded up here because it looks like Charlie Cheese lost his Temperance. Hit point buffs. There we go. Yeah, he also lost his single target, his armor of protection here. Let's see, that would be under armor of the faithful. Okay. So yeah, you're trying to protect your cleric buffs, your flowing thought, things of that nature. Aside from these dirty, stinking chromatics, there's a lot of, at level 51, the AA here is really good. If you look at where I believe I was at 18 or 19 AA, and here I'm at 35. And I've only been here for like 20 minutes, so not very long. You can see I did purchase a Nimbus. I got this Nimbus of Roses on both Charlie and Constance. And the way you get that is you just go into the Daybreak store and you type in the word Nimbus and find, and you get these different Nimbuses. You can get a Nimbus of Lava, Nimbus of the Confused. I got the Roses. I don't know, just something random. You can actually get multiple Nimbuses, but then their character sprite is just full of crap. So I just decided not to do that. me go ahead and load an attack bar. There we are. Um, I'm a little less concerned about my mercs, but I am concerned about that spider's bite and my haste. If you look at, so here is the robe of the Whistling Fist. When I right-click it from inventory, I go to 151. When you click it off, it's 126. So I can get haste if my pot gets dispelled. The pot will get me to 161, but the Bard Song will not stack with it. So we'll see. I mean, I think it is good to have a clicky haste in case you get your haste dispelled and you keep getting interrupted. So, boom. Okay. So, but yeah, the experience here is really good, and there's no one here on a Front of Vi server, and the money's good. They tend to drop spell drops. They drop precious gems and stuff. So, and it's a big outdoor zone, so none of these mobs can see through invis except Talendor. Maybe a name or two might see through invis, but other than that, mobs don't see invis. This is a transit zone for most people trying to get to Chardock. Let's go and hide corpse. People are running from the over there outpost to Burning Woods. Let's go ahead and let's take out this worm. And Kimpek gave me this cool Mark of Karn clicky, which is nice. It has a long casting time, but what I can do is I mark it, and then I start attacking here. Let's see here. There we go. And so every time I hit it, or it procs a heal, which is like it's a mana-free heal. So there you go, see? Isn't that cool? It's not a lot, but it's nice. And so it's a nice damage mitigation, and it works for it'll work for my tank merc, my rogue merc, me, Charlie. It works for everybody. Another thing that dropped out of here, Bandolier to two-hand, there we are, is a, what do you call it? This lava rock, which procs for 100. So that's nice. It's nicer than anything you can buy in the store. Let's see here, range. Probably just pull stuff to me. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for chromatics to avoid. What I found in Skyfire Mountains is that it's really feast or famine. Either you have unusually high concentration of mobs, or you'll have no mobs at all. So, Guardian Worm. I don't think I can kill that. Level 60. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and recall my mercs, because they're going to die. There we are. And let me go ahead and feign death from that. And let's see, where did I encounter him? Around here? Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to take out a level 60 mob. Yeah. Good mark of a mark of a good player is knowing when to cut their losses, and this is definitely a time. That Guardian Worm, he drops really nice spells, level 60 spells. They tend to be farmed at higher levels. There you go. Let's try it. There we go. She's off. Yeah, you can tell Constance got punched in the face pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, you got to know when to cut your losses and run. And just like Kenny Rogers says. All right, let's get all grouped up here. Get a word of healing in. Yeah, I'm out of range. There we go. Get a word of healing in. Boom. Yeah, I tend to run when you run into those sort of mature, or those guardian worms that guard Vishan's Peak. And chromatics, I really despise them, and Talendor. So you have to keep you got to really have your observant eyes on Talendor. You know, it can one-shot you and stuff. So what I'd much rather do is pull these guys on a static area, in a static area. Let's see, range, there we are. And pull them to a specific location. There you go. As opposed to going to where they spawn or despawn, because they have a tendency to want to congregate in that area. And that's hence why you get these feast or famine, which a lot of people like. Great place for an enchanter. So yeah, because you could just like lock everything down with mez and just get single target after single target. So again, we're looking for immortals. We're looking for pearlescent fragments. I got one last night. There's a feaster mob. There you go. Come pulling back a little bit. These chromatic wings, I think these sell for plat. Leave. It won't let me loot that. The Sky Ash sells for a plat. Leave. Sometimes you'll get onyx, and sometimes you'll get lava rocks. Lava rocks sell for about 1 gold, but the onyx sells for like 6 plat. So I think you gotta, but they have the same model, so you gotta look very carefully at this loot. Again, you get spells. You can tell I just got an AA. It's a great place to grind AA when you have this self-imposed level cap at 51. So I've been grinding here and trying to get pearlescent fragments. It certainly beats Solusec A. Who's this jerk? Wonder if he'd drop a pearlescent fragment. But yeah, I'm a little less concerned about getting fragments here. A lot of people are really aggrieved about coming to Skyfire and farming fragments. I think for me, it's awesome. It's good AA. It's good money. You got to watch out for a lot of stuff, for sure, But yeah, at least yeah, there's a chromo. Yeah, I'm just gonna avoid that. But yeah, it's good experience, good money. It's farming for epic pieces. Another place, there was Lake Rathtier in South Karana, where I did a lot of monk and cleric work. And then Lava Storm. So I have to summon Ejag and Lava Storm and kill him, and one zone over is the Temple of Sol Ro, where I need to kill that plasmatic priest. So it's literally within a zone, as opposed if I were boxed with a shaman, I'd be on the other side of the planet in the City of Mist, farming, learning about the lore behind City of Mist. So, I'm kind of glad I'm boxed with a cleric, just because a lot of the overlap. Eventually, once I kill Ejag, it's Plane of Sky with her, and then once he kills the plasmatic priest, then he has to go to Burning Woods, which is just south of here. And since I'm still hunting, I'm hunting for immortals, and I'm hunting the Immortals book, which is the worst reading material you'll ever read. And I'm hunting for pearlescent fragments. I'm here anyways, so it just makes sense to box these two characters. Yeah, so I got a Nimbus, and I've got junk buffs here in case I run into a chromatic. And basically, I'm going to stay here until my spider bite goes away. And I've got 1 hour on it, so about an hour, or whenever it goes away. So that's how long I stay here. And if I get one pearlescent fragment every couple days, then I think it'll be a success. I'm taking kind of a wide arc around. I give those chromatics a wide berth. This, I believe, is the druid. This is the druid port in. Sometimes you'll see some mobs around here. All right. And they tend to congregate around the lava. That's one thing with the Enchanter epic. That's what makes the epic so hard, is not necessarily the fights It's the charms and finding your mobs. There you go. Yeah, so it's really feast or famine around here, for sure. And Mark of Karn, him. It looks like there's a Drake up coming right to me. I think we'll just Mark of Karn that Drake right now. There you go. There you go. There he is. Just popped. There you go. Yep. That's cool. And you can see when a spider's bite procs, there it is, it procced. You can just see his health just melt away. It's pretty nice. Yeah, that was 1,000. Yeah. And there's a chromatic, which I'm going to avoid. Oh yeah, we don't want our buffs dispelled, man. So yeah, there's a couple guardian worms. Yeah, that guy we have to avoid. He's level 60. He'll own me. It's usually you don't see him this far south. That's weird. Usually they're up north. So yeah, you got to avoid them. So yeah, just a lot of running around. It's perfect place to come at level 60. Because once I'm level 60 with mercs, I can mullow those guys down like easily. But with a level 51 apprentice warrior merc, she'll just run away. She don't care. She got her money. One thing I was going to do, I was probably going to see a wedding coordinator and get Charlie Cheese and Constance. I was going to get them married because there is a wedding coordinator in Plane of Knowledge. And so, yeah, if this is a role-playing server, I may as well do that. Let's head up to Warder Cecilia. I don't think there's a divorce coordinator, but I think you see the same wedding coordinator to annul or divorce. But yeah, I'm sure that comes up too, just like real life. But yeah, I was thinking of getting these two tunes officially married. I'm not sure you have to pay money or what the benefits are. I think you might get like a thing of roses or something. All right, there you are. Yeah, I would say if you're coming here for the Enchanter Epic, you have to have a tracker with you. Because even with a tracker, I came here with my Ranger and my Enchanter on Mangler. You had to hunt placeholders, and yeah, you had to hunt placeholders for several hours until you got your charm mob to spawn, and he would spawn on the other side of the zone. If you're here by yourself with no tracker, you would have no way of knowing. These Sky Ash Biles are for poison making. Yeah, so an enchanter has to come here either with a druid. A druid enchanter is a very powerful box, or a ranger or something that can track. Bard. Yeah. Yeah, there's Warder Cecilia. Yeah. Yeah, this is the final cleric. This is where you fight Zordak Ragefire. Yeah. So basically what I'm looking out for are those Guardian Worms, Chromatics, and Talendor. That's the main thing. Just once you see them, you got to run away. So I'm running in these big arcs around the lava pit. And so what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and just run to the lava pit and just engage. And you'll see that it'll go from famine, which I'm experiencing now, to utter feast. And then usually a Chromatic comes along and, ruins your day. Come on. There we are. Very fun. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I just take the aggro right away from my oh, there's a pearlescent fragment. All right, sweet. Charlie cheese. Cool. Only need 2 more of these suckers. That's not too bad. Boom. Heck yeah. What's that hatchet? Nice. This will tribute for 1,200. Look at that. Nice. Let's give that to Charlie. And I got to make sure I get the that underwater breathing off of, unless you're going to engage Finnegal, you got to get that underwater breathing off of your tribute window. So that would be Alt. What is it? Alt U. So there's Gills of the Bass. I think this helps a lot. I also got this sort of magic resist. Or no, this is fire resist. I got that. So you got to make sure before. So this is, you can tell this is for Nagafin and Finnegal. So probably what I'll do is I'll take that off, and I'll add. I'll take that off, and then I'll add cold resist for Vox. There's a chromatic I want to avoid. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this mature worm and range and throw a thing at him. Put my just back away from that chromatic nice and slow, and then have boom, there you go. Cool. So there you go. Yeah, so just be really cognizant, be very situationally aware, and yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'll get this farm work done so that I'll only really have just battles. The one thing I did with both Charlie and Constance was I worked the Mines of Nurga. So when I have to take Charlie, follow. Fine, I'll look at that. Jeez. When I take Charlie to Chardok, we're both apprehensive. So if you look this faction, and you go to Kunark, and then you sort by reaction, we're apprehensive with the Broad of Dizok. See? So I'm 60 to 83 to indifferent, but I just wanted to get to apprehensive. So what I need to do is I need to find a rogue, like a high level rogue, and basically have him open the door to the king's room. And once he opens the door, what he can do is assassinate the king for me. Right? Of course, this is my plan. All plans kind of go out the window once the first arrow leaves the bow, right? But the plan is to walk to the king's room completely uninvised, walk into the royal's room completely uninvised, and just have the rogue open the door, and their shroud of stealth, and nothing can see him, right? And have the rogue assassinate the king, and then I could just go in and loot the head, and then walk out of there. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? But yeah, so that's the cool thing with faction. That's the power of faction right there. So I don't have to worry about invis. I don't have to worry about crawling to the king. I just have a rogue do the work for me. And if I have to hire a rogue to do it, that's fine. But I'll probably have someone in my guild do it. There's a spell drop. And you see this guy's marked. I'll go dual wield there. think I see a chromatic. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up away from that dude. So there's a nice spell. I think this sells for something like 25. Leave. Leave. There we are. I didn't drop anything. Alright. We're going to avoid that chromo. There he is. So we'll go after this Wyvern. So what we'll do is we'll go passive, range, throw a spear at this dude. There you go. And then we'll kind of run sort of south-southwest. Like, no, there's another chromo. Let's run east. Let's run towards this Wyvern. Yeah, let's run towards this Wyvern. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and just engage this guy. Aggressive. Feign Death. Okay, she gets some hate on her. Boom. We'll go dual. No, we'll go blunt. There we are. Okay. Alright, let's mark a car in these guys. And just pray we don't get a chromatic. And what we can do is drop a group heal. I don't think we need to. Yeah, let's just drop a group heal. This is great too because my cleric is actually engaged in the fight, and he'll get some defense out of this, and block, and dodge mod and so forth. So he needs that. Ooh, another one. See what I mean by feast or famine? So yeah, as long as there's no chromatics, we're fine. So then what I do is I just go next to the next one in the hate list, and I mark of Karn him. And just work these free heals. Boom. Hopefully we get a Immortals book. Man, these guys are being stingy. They're not dropping anything. Yeah. Yeah, so I was able to get that damage aug for both Charlie and Constance, which is nice. I think the heal over time aug is kind of trash. So I think it's better to get, I slot the highest damage aug you can into your weapon. Yay, Breath of Ro. So yeah, it's the main thing is we're really just farming AA here. But we're doing a lot. We're farming epic pieces, AA, good money to be made. You can see that there's some gem drops that are dropping. There's some tribute items that are dropping, which, 1,200 tribute for a level 51 tune. That's a lot. That's underwater breathing. That's, getting you additional fire resistance or magic resistance or swift arms or what have you. So yeah, this is a great zone. I love that it's outdoor. I love that it still has that classic EverQuest feel to it where, like when you're in South Row and you have to watch out for sand giants or Kazel and so forth. So it's the same kind of thing where you have to be really, really situationally aware, because there are literally mobs in this zone that can one-shot you. We saw those guardian worms that are like, once you're level 60, they're panty wastes. But at level 51, they'll destroy your day. And of course, there's Talendor himself, the chromatics. Yeah. So yeah, fun. See how many AAs I have. Yeah, I'm literally gonna go with this video until I run out of Spider's Bite, and then I'll go back. And so I'm at 38 alternate advancements. Let's see. Okay, so ambidextry would cost 9, so I'd have like 30 left. And so burst of power, combat fury, 3 and 2. Those aren't very expensive. CA and CS are 2 apiece. They're not very expensive. So probably what I would do is I would work my archetype and then CA and CS for survivability. But if you're in a classic world zone, let's avoid that guy. if you're in a classic world zone, then it's not like these mobs hit really hard anyway. So I would probably go for the archetype combat fury, ambidextery, burst of power, that kind of thing, finishing blow, that kind of thing. I'd probably do that first before CA and CS. But for if we were to take on, say, Avatar of War, then I think you're probably going to need some mitigation there. So it just depends what you're doing. But I think those early investments will be in my archetype. At level 52, I think I get Thunder Kicks. So that'll be good. It'll be nice to get like a discipline, another discipline that will give me some more DPS. But I believe I do have access to Intensity of the Resolute, so that'll help my crit melee attacks. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like all my junk buffs are gone and my Spider's Bite is gone. So I think I'm going to call this good. Hey, I got 1 pearlescent fragment out of the deal. Less than an hour. That's not bad. I didn't get Immortals, but we'll see. These last 2, there's a chance. There is a chance. It looks like my haste is gone, so I'm going to... Ooh, Sapphire. Nice. Alright, that's good. Leave. And let's go ahead and loot all that. And it looks like there's a chromo in the background. So let's go ahead and Throne of Heroes, suspend. Cool. That's nice. Okay, well, thanks for watching. We're back in POK. I'm just going to do a quick sale and maybe visit the wedding coordinator and maybe have like a date to get married, put out an RSVP. You could actually do that in this game. I think it probably happens on Throne of Eye more than any other server. So yeah, look at all these spells. So yeah, you can tell my inventory is just a bunch of garbage. Wormfire Earring. Oh yeah, that'll tribute. But I'm so low on cash, I think I'm just going to sell it for the cash. The other tribute item, whatever, I don't care. I'm still going to be there for a while, so. I think it was that hatchet that dropped. Yeah, those sell for a plat piece. Cool. Anything else? Nothing else. So yeah, I think I had 900. I made like 400 plat there. Let's see how many AAs I have. 40 AAs. I went in there with 19, and I spent like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours there. So pretty nice. Luckily, I didn't get my Denna, Illusion Benefit Denna, dispelled. And perfected DMF, and I still have my Temperance, so that's good. Let's have Charlie sell. I think he doesn't really have a lot. He has some Paradots, Sky Ash. I think, yeah, he's a little. I think I'm going to sell that Wormfire Totem. Yeah, I'll worry about tribute later. I have a week to get some tribute. And that Pearl Necklace, those sell for 4 plat a piece. So yeah, pearlescent fragments, nice. Let's go see the wedding coordinator and see what's involved there. Follow. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just banking these AAs until we raise that level requirement. And what I'll probably do is get to level 55 or 60. Probably get to 60 and then just start buying stuff. And this is typically what you see on a TLP as you get to max level and your max AAs, everything you want to buy for that expansion. And then what you do is you bank AAs and you carefully plan out what your AA purchases will be, in advance. Let me get Charlie up here. Boom. And follow. All right. So you basically come up to POK. And there she is. So there's a evil wedding coordinator and a good wedding coordinator. So that's the real question. So you just hail them, enter the chapel now. So if you are currently in a wedding party, you can enter the chapel now. And then let's see what the evil one says. Hail. Okay. So yeah, there you go. I'll look that up, and maybe that'll be like the big event with these two characters. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm going to do a little bit more farming. Probably the next week or two, I'll have all the fragments in the Immortals book. And the next thing to do is take out the Plasmatic Priest for this guy in the Temple of Sol Ro. And one zone over, take out Ejag for her. And they're both, I believe, level 55 tunes. So maybe that'll be a challenge for us, but we'll see if we can do it. All right, wish me luck, everybody, and stay tuned for that content. Bye.